Hey guys, namaste, and hope all of you are doing great. Of course, we are going through the lockdown phases, and the whole world is at standstill. But let's focus all that impending negativity, stress, and family problems, and career issues, whatnot, to a more positive avenue. Right? Let's learn something. Let's get to know ourselves. Go deep, ponder, and meditate, find out who you really are. This is an opportunity for us. It is the greatest opportunity that we can have, actually, right? So we'll talk about that some other time, but for now, let's go into the video. The topic here is about whether Saturn is a good guy or not, right? Now, the perception needs to be set here, okay? And I wanted to do this video for a very long time. The question is Saturn good or bad, right? Because some say, it's kind of counterintuitive. So some say, yeah, Saturn is really bad. It gives you pain, sorrow, and ego problems, and self-indulgence and all these things. And some other person would say, no, Saturn is good. Saturn is the one that brings us more and more in a career state and so on. It makes us more mindful about who we are. It brings us more connected to our family. So there is a imbalance here. Which one is right, which is wrong. Okay, so I'm going to do my best to convey the true essence. First of all, Saturn is neither good nor bad. Okay, why? Is because for every student of Vedic astrology, the first thing they will learn is that the grahas are the unborn form of Mahavishnu. Okay, Mahavishnu's unborn form, which includes Saturn, Rahu, and Ketu. Right? They are all there to teach humanity to live in its ideal state. All right. So that leads to the understanding of the gunas, the three gunas. Okay. So I'm not going to talk about the three gunas, of course. You can always go and do research about it. But here's the thing. In essence, the three gunas, sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic, are the way for us to understand in what state we are and how can we improve ourselves. Sattvic is the ideal state. It's the best of the best. I mean, you are a person who's inclusive. Okay, you think about others. You're selfless. You eat the right food. You have a way to approach people. You're tactful. You love the environment. You care for the animals, and so on. It's a very ideal state. You meditate. You keep your body, mind, and soul all in alignment. The kind of state, right? Sattvic state. That is what we all should be gearing up towards. Now, the other one is rajasic. Rajasic is it's more materialistic. Someone who is like in a go-getter personality, dynamic, always looking into getting something. Gregarious personalities. It's a very movable sign. And you have tamasic, which is the worst to be. People who are always watching movies, indolence, a state of being lazy, procrastinate things, people who are always into self-indulgence. Hey, look at me, I'm very good looking, or look at the things that I have, look at my academic qualifications, look at the social status, the money that I have, look at the friends that I know, all these things, these are all tamasic in nature because it's going to give us more and more and more pain. The more we go into tamasic nature, it's more painful. It gives us more a sense of you would not find contentment at the end of the day. Okay, so it's important to understand. So every graha is associated with one of these three elemental properties. Okay, now Saturn is associated with tamasic, so it will always gravitate towards laziness, is towards people who are who's doing adharma, the whole thing, right? It's always gearing up towards against sattvic, against righteousness, against dharma. Okay, so that immediately gives us a thought. Okay, so Saturn is the bad guy. Okay, we should avoid Saturn. Whatever it is, I'm not going to go near Saturn. Okay, but friends, here's the thing. That's not how we should be looking at it. So from an astrologer's perspective, okay, we would look, okay, where is Saturn positioned? All right, that's the first thing. And then we'll go through all the other things to identify, to make sure that what we're going to say, what we're going to predict is true. And we will see, okay, there are impending and obvious problems which will be happening at a particular time. Okay, so if I'm telling this to you and you come to me and I say, yes, Saturn will be causing you this kind of problems at this time. So before it happens, you did a foresight and you understood, okay, this is where it's going to lead. As such, I may, understand what's going to happen, so I can learn the lessons before it happens. Normally the problem happens, then we will learn from the lesson. So if you have a very poor diet, you eat everything in this world, you don't eat properly, on the other hand, then you're going to have health issues, right? And the lessons that we will learn after that will be, okay, I need to take care of my food intake, I need to be more conscious about what I'm eating and stuff like that. That is the after effects. That's where the lesson comes in. But having it known upfront prior to its occurrence is an advantage. That's the thing that we're going to do. Okay, so this is a problem you're going to have, and this is what you're supposed to be doing. Okay. Now, as astrologers, what we do is not only tell the one who comes to us, the querent, that this is the problem that will happen and so on, but we will also learn the more profound things, the more great things, the greatest lesson out there. Okay, like those days, people who are at my age might know, if you want to know when you're in school, if you want to learn a new word, the teacher will ask you to flip through the dictionary, a big fat one that is, and while looking for the word, we will also learn other new words, right? And there's always a benefit, rather than asking someone, hey, what does this mean? Just like that, Saturn reveals other lessons that we are going to learn, and that would give us even more advantage, which is why they're saying, if you can appease Saturn, your life would be seamless. It'll be seamless. So now that you have a perception here, so I'm asking you, is Saturn the good guy or the bad guy? Yes, it always leads into problems, no doubt, right? But then if you know upfront, right, of course you will still go into the problems. You cannot stop karma from happening, but you have a protection. You are sort of a heads up, right? You know what's going to happen, so you're trying to have some kind of preventive measures towards it. All right, so that is the very function of Saturn. All right, now to put this all together, I would encourage you to look at your charts and to see where Saturn is, and the house that it is, the rasi, the nakshatra that it is, will give you a good clue on what are the problems that you will face in this time, in this birth, in this janma, and what can you do to correct it. All right, so yeah, so I think that's my take. If Saturn is good or bad, I'm not sure if many would agree with this, but this is a more pragmatic approach. I love to take pragmatic approach. Oh yeah, before I end, for those who are not practicing Vedic religion, Hinduism and all that, the remedies, since I have many clients who are non-Hindus, so the remedies I would give sometimes are circular types. So if you want to appease Saturn, okay, the one thing that you can do is come with an habitual process. Even you do things in a repetitive manner. Say, okay, I need to wake up at 5:30 in the morning daily. Hell, heaven, high water, public holidays, lockdown, curfew, whatever, right? I'm going to wake up at 5:30 in the morning, whatever it is. And if you keep doing that, Saturn will be appeased. Saturn will like you, because that's what Saturn is trying to say. Saturn is all about grit. You push on. No matter what happens, you push on for a long extended period of time. You keep doing it. So by doing so, you'll appease Saturn. So all the problems that you have would sort of you'll have an idea on how to solve your problems, right? When you wake up in the morning, the first thing that comes to your mind will be a solution to a problem. It can be any problem, from relationship to health, to your academic pursuits, to career prospects and stuff like that. Anything, right? So that is a remedy for the non-Hindu friends out there. And so that's about it, guys. So take care, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye bye.